All right, let's dive in. Today, we've got this, well, it's a deceptively simple story, but it gets right to the heart of something we can never get back, our time. It's a story about a feeling that I bet is super familiar to you. It's that nagging sense that you've got all this potential, but where do the hours go? The days just seem to vanish, right? Yeah, exactly that. It's all about those hours that just slip right through our fingers. And that frustration that comes with it, that feeling like, man, I could be doing more. I'm not living up to what I know I can be. But here's the really cool part. The solution to this huge problem, it's not some big, complicated strategy. Nope, it's something super small, totally manageable. And believe it or not, it's all found in just one single hour. Okay, so let's set the scene. We're heading to this quiet little village, and we're going to meet a young guy named Arun. His story? Well, that's where this whole idea really kicks off. Now, the first thing you got to know about Arun is this. He was not struggling because he wasn't smart. Not at all. In fact, the guy was sharp, he was clever, totally full of potential.
And it wasn't like he was weak or lazy, either. He had all the raw ingredients, Everything you'd think you need for a successful life. So, what gives? What was the actual problem?
It all boiled down to one simple but totally devastating flaw. And it's one that probably sounds familiar. Arun's biggest enemy was the clock. He just wasted time, a lot of it. But then, one evening, things start to change. Arun bumps into Grandfather Raman, the wise old man of the village, and he gets this, well, it's a really unusual challenge.
And this wise man, he doesn't give him a big lecture, no way. Instead, he just points to this totally barren, neglected patch of land. And he gives Arun a very specific and honestly, a kind of strange instruction.
Here's what he had to do. It was super specific. Work on that land for just one single hour. And that's it. No more, no less. But he had to do it every single day. That was the whole formula. Just a simple, consistent, daily rhythm. So, okay, Arun starts. In this next part of the story, this is where it gets real. It's all about the struggle, right? The grind of actually putting that simple advice into practice and trying to build a new habit from absolute scratch. Because, let's be honest, change isn't some lightning bolt moment. The first day, it was tough. But the second day, when that first burst of motivation is gone, that was even harder. But the thing is, Arun kept going. And slowly, so slowly he didn't even notice at first, something deep inside him started to shift. And then, the breakthrough. It wasn't some huge harvest or anything. It was just these tiny little green shoots poking up through the dirt. But man, that was everything. It was the first real physical proof that his small daily effort, it was actually doing something. It was creating something real. This right here, this is the moment the whole story has been building to. Seeing those little plants, it just triggers this massive realization in Arun. He finally gets what Grandfather Raman's lesson was really all about. He's looking at this now fertile ground, right? At this new life sprouting up, and it hits him. The piece of land, the external world, that wasn't the thing that had really been transformed. The real change, the true growth, it hadn't happened in the soil. It happened inside of him. That 1 hour a day, that discipline, it had totally reshaped his character from the inside out. See, he wasn't just cultivating a garden. He was cultivating himself. And this just illustrates the main idea so perfectly, doesn't it? That 1 hour of focused work done every single day is so much more powerful than trying to force a massive 10-hour session every once in a while. It's the consistency. That's what builds momentum. That's what creates real lasting change. So from that day on, Arun totally got it. He understood the real value of an hour. But look, this isn't just some story about him. This whole idea, it applies to every single one of us in pretty much any part of our lives. This is really the big takeaway here. Just one focused hour a day, whether you invested in a new skill, a project, your health, you name it, that time compounds. It's probably the single most powerful tool you have to actually shape your own future. So as we wrap this up, the story leaves us with a challenge, really. It's not about somehow finding 10 extra hours in your week, because who can do that? It's about finding one, just one. So the question is, what are you going to build with your next hour? What future are you going to start to grow?